So the second game then in this series between Kathryn and Stanley, we are best of 3. Stanley took the first game with, what am I trying to say, with Invisible Men, ultimately. But it was an interesting game. There was a proxy hatch, and proxy hatch can be effective, can certainly throw your opponent off if they've got a planned build. Ohana's not a bad map to do it. This is not a great map to do it because the distance is so large. It is a big map and it's a long way from your natural to your opponent's natural. So the Ling transit time to get across there is just too large. But let's see what's going to happen here. This is an awfully early forge, which generally, anybody that's building a forge this early is going to cannon rush. But there's no worker on the other side of the map. So, oh yeah, there is. There it is. Look, sorry, my bad. But what's this worker going to do? I mean, in general, cannon rushes against Zerg are very, very weak. Because look, you've built this here. The closest you can build a cannon is here. You can't build on the creep, and I wouldn't like to say that's going to be in range. Maybe StarCraft will surprise me and it is going to be in range. Build over here, in theory, be in range of some of these workers on the edge. But, if I'm the Zerg player, I'd just pull those and mine from down here and drop a hatchery. Anyway, again, that is just out of vision range, which is interesting. But the Queen can go and kill this now. There's only a worker here. There's nothing problematic. This cannon, I don't think, is going to be in range of anything, is it? Anyway, there is gas in the bank for the speed upgrade, but I don't see a speed upgrade happening. There's a lot of minerals in the bank, so the cannons are going to be in range of this, surely. Well, that one is. With 2 cannons up, what you need to do, no, don't go and attack it. I mean, now that you've committed this hard, you kind of need to continue, but it would have been great if the other queen had joined the fight. Just your best bet, honestly, is just ignore those. This is just a waste of money. Just ignore it. Build a spore crawler and just move it to here, and it'll be within range of the pylon. Won't be within the range of the cannon, and it'll just kill this. And that this will just look like the silly thing that it is. Alternatively, build a bunch of roaches and just A-click, and that will win. Okay, the bigger problem, the much bigger problem than the cannon rush, is that there isn't a hatchery here. Here we are at 519. As Zerg, typically it's hatch first, isn't it? You gotta have them hatcheries, and you don't. So on the plus side, there is detection here. Look, and I like that. Having lost 2 invisible men in the last game, build detection, and you have them. But you got to expand. We're still, you're oversaturated here. 21 workers of 16. You desperately need another hatchery, at least one other hatchery, ideally more than one other hatchery. Meanwhile, on the Protoss side of the world, there is an expand. And what the hell is this? That is absolutely what? What is the point of that? I don't understand that at all. There is an expo here, and as always, Zerg needs to have more bases than Protoss or indeed Terran. You should always be 1 base ahead as Zerg. So if the Protoss is on 2, you should be on 3. If they're on 3, you're on 4, and so on. These roaches have killed the cannons, but decided, I'll just leave the pylon. Just leave it. I don't get the decision making where you just leave stuff in your base. And also, you do need to attack this. But why are there no units? Why are there no lings? What? I don't really know what's happening here. 2 roaches building, but at minutes, building roaches 2 at a time. It's not going to cut it. It is worth pointing out that at 8.5 minutes, it is possible to hit 200 supply of roaches as Zerg. By just building hatcheries, workers, and holding down the R button. You max out on Roach I think between 8.5 and 9 minutes. So I'm not suggesting that in the EMS League that is a thing necessarily to aspire to, but you know, if you don't have an army by like the minute mark, you really need to refocus yourself on turning larvae into units. And please kill this. Just kill it. You know it's there. Just like, why? I don't understand why you wouldn't just go and kill it. Anyway, there is a prism coming across the map. Another prism. I don't know why. You don't even need this prism. You've got a pylon. You can just warp stuff in from the pylon. Like, the prism's just unnecessary. The overseers are going to swing into action and make sure that this stuff can be seen. But it can't be killed because there's just no unit production happening here. Yeah, the Stalker army is going to just obliterate everything here. The Void Ray in the air can't be touched. Queens are all dead. This pylon is still here for who knows why. And the Spine Crawlers have finally gone down. Finally some links come out, which is the better option against Stalkers, and do clean up those last couple of Stalkers. But it is not going to help in the long run. There's nothing in production. There's $4,000 in the bank. It's GG. Or not. It's a salty, nah, I'm going to make you kill all the buildings. GG.